Hi, I'm Jessa.
And I'm Alex. And this is Jessa and Alex Watch.
House of the Dragon, Season 2, Episode 5, Regent. What do we think that's about?
Queen Regent?
Yeah.
King Regent?
Yeah. No longer grandfather Regent, because he got fired.
Papa Regent got kicked off the island.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Okay. Last episode, Bernice, R.I.P.
I don't want to talk about it.
Melis the Red Queen, R.I.P. What's your name? Sunfire, ? We're not sure if she/he, I don't know.
The dragon?
Yeah. Oh. I wasn't sure about that dragon. I think you were positive that they were dead. And I was less certain.
I did think the dragon was dead. But I also thought the king was dead, and you had to be like, I don't think that's true, Alex.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh.
Yeah. I think that the main reason is just narratively, I don't think you want to kill off two, you're not going to make that happen in a single episode.
We did also see him at the end. I meant like right before the end of that episode. Yeah. I was like, oh.
Where do we leave everyone? Damon is still in his Scooby-Doo episode.
Oh yeah, he's like getting witch attacked.
Yeah, it's actually really fun. I love him just wandering through halls and not knowing when or where he is.
I do love that, like, for me, because I'm less annoyed at him when he's over there.
Yeah.
But every time we pan back to Rhaenyra trying to handle all this business by herself,
yes,
I'm like, it's really a shame she doesn't have a flop husband to do all of this.
Right. But also, a common, a regular critique that we've had from Miss Rhaenyra is give people roles.
Delegate, girl.
Delegate. She just has like an amorphous blob of a council. She doesn't have a hand. She doesn't have
stinky boys out there.
Well, or just give them real, like, defined roles, because right now they just are running their mouths. Nothing is determined.
She needs a hand.
Yes, which unfortunately the best candidate is now dead.
Oh right, that's who I wanted to be her hand.
Right. Also, her wee son has had it up to here with his mother.
Well, yeah, I mean, everyone goes through that phase.
It's true. Very true.
He's trying to stretch his little Robb Stark wings.
Yeah, exactly.
But like not too far though, right? Because we know what happened to him.
Don't break a marriage treaty.
Also, if you break that marriage treaty, we're gonna be in a fight.
Exactly.
You and I, because I ship so hard.
Right.
Based on almost nothing, I ship so hard. They're just cute. Like on a couple looks last season.
Right. One nice conversation that they had this season.
We saw, and I guess the last thing to update is we saw Laenor's old dragon.
Yes. Laenor's homophobic dragon. I know.
Laenor's not an ally. I mean, it seems so not an ally.
I love that.
Oh,
yes. An unbonded, I guess, dragon, unfaithful, whatever. It's fine.
Okay.
We gotta let it go.
Well, I'll let it go. I'll let it go. I guess we should watch.
Dim's in disarray. Let's see what happens.
Oh, Kristen and Alicent are in a tiff. They're fighting. She's kind of done with him. And
the gods.
We're so happy. Oh, also Alicent's brother's in town.
Yes. Alicent's brother is in town. He always has something to say. Love that for him. Kristen had both his biggest victory and his biggest failure at the same time. Aemond low-key tried to kill Aegon and then was like, JK, I was just looking at the sword, and walked away.
Shall we watch?
Let's do it.
Our victory depends on the efforts.
Also, Aegon is kind of pretty high in our rankings of favorite characters.
Unfortunate. Like I have shame about it.
Yeah.
Do you accept me as your queen?
He's such a loser. I'm so sorry.
What if there was no war in Westeros? What if you just flew your dragon to the beach, took a nice swim?
That means.
Oh my god.
Man. If I were him, it would be fuck these Targaryens.
Correct.
It's really pretty.
It's also hard though, because that's not what she would have wanted, right? Like she died a warrior's death, like fighting for them.
Very true.
The traitor dragon Maylis!
How can a dragon be a traitor, dumbasses?
By your king!
Told you, slain by your king.
You did. You said the exact thing that they're doing.
They're winning the propaganda war.
They're like,
they're not feeling it, actually.
they hate it.
Just interesting. Really interesting. Maybe if your whole right to rule is based on the fact that you have dragons,
You don't want to see that they're
beheaded and dragged through the streets.
Victory. If it was one.
Oh, brother dear, tell us what you think.
This little pretty decorative horse armor is...
It's for me. I need them to give him a love interest stat.
They have Aegon hiding in that
That little
rag
crate.
covered. So he's one of the bastards then, yes?
Yeah.
I thought the dragons was gods.
Exactly. Well, JK losing the propaganda war.
It's just me.
Oh, wow. That's a if the dragons are also the only way they're controlling their people. Guys, those are your inventors. They're gonna invent something that kills a dragon.
They literally, that is Aegon.
Mhm.
They've shoved his little crispy body. Yep.
You know what's crazy, insane, stupid? She doesn't wear a wig.
That's disgusting.
That's her
I
real
hate
hair
that.
on the
Fuck
show.
off.
When she said that in an interview, I was like, I think I must murder her.
Correct.
That's so rude.
Okay, you can't be talented and have that hair. That is embarrassing. In a little dog crate. How do you feel this?
She's gone through so much grief, but I'm sure this is mixed.
Yeah.
Like when your dad that you hate dies or something. You're
Right.
like, oh, is he dead? Doesn't look good.
The way that they carefully pulled out his sword first. Oh no.
I hate it. How do we think she's feeling about this?
No.
This is fascinating. The greens are giving interesting.
Yeah. Is that cabbage? That's cabbage. Okay, well.
Is that good for healing?
I don't think so. Pretty sure it's just cabbage.
He got an extra silk press today.
I was
for the occasion.
I was like, you got a little hot oil treatment. Okay, somebody knows to clean a sword after you use it. That was my complaint in the last episode. Frickin' Aemond just shoved the bloody sword right back in.
I left a meager garrison behind to protect it, and the king's dragon. Sunfire was long in the dying.
Oh, okay. So is dead.
His grace fought valiantly.
We're giving her the party line.
And Aemond?
What about that? Christy?
What was his part in this?
Okay. Well, Allie's not stupid.
I think Allie's gonna join Rhaenyra. Not now, obviously.
Yeah.
Like in 3 seasons or however long they're extending this.
Kristen Cole marches about the Crown Lands unchallenged.
Yeah, guys, it's not good, actually.
And Rook's Rest are gone.
To be quite honest,
You guys are losing. Like
big
bad.
time.
Bad losing. Stinky, stinky, bad, bad.
After some marital spat.
Do you take issue with me?
Well, it's her fault, you know. Why wasn't she fucking her husband?
Well,
better?
exactly.
It is merely that the gentler sex, heretofore,
I will knife you.
Rhaenyra, if you don't burn that man,
please.
There has been peace in our lifetime. You've seen no more battles than I have.
Thank you. So cute he is. Where the Robb Starkness is concerning.
it stresses me out. I just think they showed us him being Jon, right? Like, he's got to be our heartthrob. We don't have anyone else.
You are the succession.
Then I must be seen to act for her claim and mine.
By the way, I'm so sorry your grandmother's dead.
Excellent point. What you gonna do, buddy?
Oh no, we don't talk to them.
Speak.
No, young man.
I swear to God, I can't. Your mother can't take another heartbreak.
Then don't tell her. Not until I'm away.
I love secrets between lovers.
Dumb
You have no
bitch.
choice but to submit. Our terms are simple, Lord Bracken.
This little floppy neck.
I know. I love her.
Brackens were a people hatched out of the deepest of the seven hells, your grace.
Oh my god, you guys have got to get over this. Hatfields and
He's so
McCoys.
tiny on that dragon.
Yes, he is.
I heard the maggots got to it.
That is quite the impression, Lord Bracken.
We choose fire.
You're. What do you? That's fucking stupid.
I did not think they would be so eager to die.
You should have indulged them.
I need them alive. I came here to raise swords, not corpses.
Oh, well, now you've really, done it. They're not going to fear you at all. You went back on your word.
Then perhaps you could try less fighting and more persuading.
Is he going to fuck that man?
This was my question. Matt Smith is so good at being like, I would like to fuck everyone I speak to.
But I also see that for Damon.
Well, yes, he is bisexual.
He
even
was
if they cut it out
flirting
of
with
season
that.
1.
Yeah.
You take my meaning then.
What is? Are you trading sex
Things
for?
The crown itself must not be seen to do. Show them your worst.
I am your servant, your grace.
Oh, okay. It's not flirting. It was just persuasive talking. But that side eye from Matt Smith was undressing him, and then he would give it back.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's a yes and situation. Maybe that was like a tactic on Matt Smith's part because he knew he's pretty.
Right.
The dragons will grow. In time. I don't have time. I must like.
What do you have?
She's very interesting.
Mm-hmm. I like her a lot.
My sympathies for the death of your grandmother.
Thank you.
Hello.
Will you send to him?
For too long I have looked to him for strength. Does that make me?
I don't know, girl. Take a riding crop to him. Honestly, I think he'd like it.
Oh, certainly he would like it. Remember when she domed him as season 1, part 1?
Right.
She was
16 years old,
right,
and humiliated him in front of everyone, and he was into
multiple times.
Thought of her lying in a field, broken amongst her enemies.
Okay, good. We're talking about it.
Did your grandmother ever tell you of the night she claimed Meleese?
She was like, yeah, my grandmother, did she tell me about the most important day of her life?
Dragon, the fastest beast ever known, and she'd have none of him.
It's cute.
Mm-hmm.
For what she gave me in the end. I'm grateful.
They did have a mutual respect that was interesting.
Damon.
Who was that?
Damon.
Why does she look like Alicia Vikander?
Thank you. I was trying to figure it out.
The finest swordsman.
Did they have a sister?
If only you'd been born first. My favorite son.
Damon?
You need Jesus.
Damon, get out. stop gets embarrassing. You know what that's giving? God is always watching, Miss Blair. Oh no,
He is. Oh, I love that he is so, again, unmoored in time and space.
Yeah.
Also, you, Madam the Witch, you're my favorite.
I didn't recognize her at first, but she's from Glow. Yeah. The wolf. Yeah.
We're drawing water for the kitchens and lighting the forges.
Very well.
That is merely the beginning, of course.
He's so on edge because he can't trust anything. It's so interesting.
The bats have made the corridors almost impassable with the quantity of their...
It's a you guys could be using that.
I rather thought your grace, as emissary to the Queen, that perhaps she could provide the necessary coin.
You know, I'm not talking my way, so...
Harrenhal is my command. I shall guarantee the payment myself.
With what?
Very well, your grace.
You should address me as my king.
Oh my god, you said your grace last time.
What would you call the husband of the Queen?
Well, the king.
There it is, then.
Consort.
That last bit seems unnecessary, don't you think?
Didn't we have this argument already?
He's just getting big for his little britches.
Did you have a candidate in mind, Your Grace?
I myself served in this role for my husband. I am well prepared to do it again.
Is his immediate successor, Prince Aemond? Agreed.
Aemond is young,
He's the same age as you.
and his lack of restraint has already cost us dearly.
That's true. Listen, I am on your team, Allison, but honestly, the fact that he's a successor doesn't make sense.
But my experience is needed here, at this table.
No offense was meant, Your Grace, but at a time when we must show strength.
I do hate this man.
Yes. Lannisters, same characteristics for a century.
What would it say if in response to Rhaenyra's crowning we raised up a woman of our own?
Oh my gosh, horror, shock. Imagine.
But the hand speaks with the king's voice, Sir Kristen. What say you?
It's shocking that Laris is a little shit.
She does have the most experience, though.
It must be him.
I mean, I'm sorry, girl.
You did this to yourself. What's her name? From Handmaid's Tale? Your sister
Serena Joy.
Serena Joyed yourself.
Yeah, exactly so.
What is our standing in the Riverlands?
Stupid small balls.
I love those little balls.
It's only a matter of time before he inherits his grandson's mantle.
Why don't you pick that up and peg it at one of their faces as hard as you can? And honestly, any of them, except the Grand Maester, he seems fine.
Yeah.
They have grown weary.
She's like not great, but I do think she deserves some happiness because like her life is miserable. Right.
No one is to leave or enter save with our consent. Merchants, so forth.
I think it would be great if she just went on a rampage and killed all of her children.
Like when she pulled a knife at Rhaenyra and we were all like, Allison.
Yeah. Just kill your horrible spawn. And with apologies to Helena.
Aemond is the next in line. It is the order of things.
You know what he is. What he has somehow become.
Intense somehow.
Your loyalty faded, or does it flourish only at night and flee the sunrise like a moth?
Ooh.
Did he ever say he was loyal to you, Allison? Or did he just say, I like fucking you? This is a distinction I need you to learn.
There were men walking, they were on fire.
It's PTSDing pretty hard.
Yeah.
So you cast me aside.
Have I not spared you? What we
Excuse?
must do now is terrible. Will you preside over it?
I see.
Is this who you are, Alison?
I did not ask to be spared. And I did not give you leave to speak my name.
I was going to say, actually, Also, I thought you guys already broke up.
Well, they were in like a fight. They weren't
Yeah.
talking about it.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. It's gonna go over well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, Aemond, not sure about the wisdom of this. You don't have the supplies to feed these people anyway, and now you're trapping them in the city.
Aemond.
Does he mean the king?
I don't know.
You cannot keep us here!
To return to your home!
I'm like, who's Aemond?
It's
Sorry that-
Aegon. I know it's confusing.
Our fear lies in Vhagar.
I mean, fair.
Fear a dragon, leagues away, when mine own sits outside.
Bubba, I hear you. I hear you.
And Damon, I'm sure, has consented to this?
Love that they all just call him Damon, not Prince Damon. Just
he's very salty about that.
What do you want?
If you guys say marriage, I swear to God.
You want Harrenhal.
Okay, good luck with that. Yes,
what
baby.
are you promising?
You're here on your own. You snuck out of the house. What are you?
Mama!
My mother will want more than your crossing.
What does her grace desire?
Bent knees.
Okay, we'll ask for more than that too.
At least somebody's trying.
I mean, he's making like good moves.
Right. Not like his dumbass uncle who's just wandering around in a literal dream. Keep fucking with him. Keep fucking with him. Oh, look at the pretty little. That's they've made his shirt exactly like Aragorn's, with the little smocking there on the sleeve.
Born to wield a sword, but not so much an axe, perhaps.
There are others who would sit idle.
I'm surprised he's doing this labor.
Right. It's the first work he's done in his whole life.
It's making him feel good. Look at how he's strutting with that axe.
Yeah.
Let me see them. Sit. Sit.
Yeah, buddy. You're not used to working.
Once they agree to serve me, I'll treat them fairly. Set an example for the rest of the Riverlands to follow.
He has no plan. He's
In the
all
name of power. It's the weak and the women who must endure.
The people who support her will not be led by her. They look to a man for strength. Who's better suited to it? The High Towers with their scheming? Or Viserys' first true?
They certainly don't look to you, man.
Right.
Like,
You've accomplished nothing.
Literally no one believes in you.
You're an idiot.
It's a pity, don't you think, that you never knew your mother?
Your Grace.
The wealth you brought back from Yi Ti and Ashai, inspiring awe and envy. I wonder if any of them knew it was all for her. Queen Rhaenyra wishes to name you Hand.
Even the death of my wife does not content her.
Well, not in a great place.
And she not asked enough of my house.
The way my mother chose. And the way I myself wish to meet my end.
Well, I don't love that.
Don't say that.
I will see Rhaenyra ascend the Iron Throne, as Rhaenys wished. As Rhaenys herself should have. You yourself may do as you see fit.
Ooh. Interesting.
I would make you my heir.
I am blood and fire. Driftmark must pass to salt and sea.
Who's that? Gonna be one of his bastards.
Are you removing me from your council?
Sir Alfred,
Sir Alfred.
you have tried my patience of late.
That's so funny. That turn of phrase.
I ask you to reason with him.
Good luck.
The way she has to take time out of her day to go and pick him up from his play date.
Right.
What a tantrum.
Right.
She had to coordinate someone to go fetch him.
Have you any message for him?
Stop sucking. I don't.
Tell him I would much like to finish our last conversation.
Oh.
Eerie was. I wonder if he's had any real sleep in the last month.
Absolutely not.
Is there some reason you feel free to wake a king in his bed?
Sir,
The livestock was stolen, and our peasants put to the sword.
that's because you didn't think about consequences, because you never think of consequences.
Poor Sir Simon.
Have you looked after our girls?
No, not at all.
We should have expected nothing more.
Imagine being saddled with babysitting Damon.
Know this, interloper. We shall not raise our banners for a tyrant.
Yeah, you're failing, Damon. That's sad.
That was really, really sad. It's really not giving Catelyn staying by his bedside night and day, like slicing her hands with a sword.
His little baby swagger.
I hope you do not mean to use her as an example.
Why shouldn't I?
Oh, it was a long time ago.
Okay. Well, that went well.
What is the mood at the twins? I'm proud of you, Jace. You've done our cause a great service.
He's like,
Even you've managed to do your part.
Even you.
You do not give me leave to go to anything.
okay.
Perhaps Damon could...
Damon is not here.
We don't talk about Damon.
Meleys fought 2 dragons and one of them is slain. Shall I fight for my birthright, or shall I wait here until
Was
I
it
hold the straw?
really Meleys who killed what's his name? It was technically Vhagar, but
I need dragons.
yeah.
Meleys was gonna kill Vhagar, though.
No, not Vhagar. What's his face?
I'm sorry.
Gold
Whatever.
finger.
Aemond.
Fire. Sunfire.
Cool.
They are called Vermithor and Silverwing.
Okay, thank you. This is helpful.
There is Rhaena.
Who nearly lost her life in her last attempt. I would not risk it again.
What attempt? What can we? We
It
never
was
saw.
It was offstage action. Offstage.
Valyrian histories. Written to gild us in glory.
Written to make sure you fuck each other.
There are records here, surely, of our line, and of those who fell out of it.
That's a really cool bookshelf.
Okay,
There could be
and
scores
a
of
little
them.
bit of action.
I like that she leans on him.
Mhm.
He's giving oldest daughter. I think we said that last time.
I mean, if we weren't going to do that, what was the point of Damon doing his little like dragon singing last time?
Well,
Oh, that
they didn't really, again, like we don't talk about Damon, right? Like they were like, oh yeah, stepdad's experimenting
Right.
down there.
yeah, he's doing his little. They didn't know about his little song though.
That was good. That was I hate to say it. I think no, I love to say it.
Yeah,
I think they're that they really listened to our conversation.
yeah.
When we told them that they really needed to step it up because they
Yes.
were losing us.
Yes,
Because I found this very entertaining.
Yeah. There was some really good conversation. I really like Jace. I like that they're like giving him a personality and things to do. Because we've been saying that we really need Team Black to have some personalities.
Yeah, and I feel the same way about I feel so bad that
Bela.
Bela.
Yes. Okay. Because one is Bela and one is Rhaena, and the one whose name is most like Rhaenyra is the one who is gone.
Okay. Well, Bela, I really liked the conversation she had with, I've forgotten everybody's name, with Corlys. Yeah, I thought that was really nice, and I think they paid respect to our queen, our Red Queen.
Yes.
And I think that was a really good thing for her to say, to be like, okay. And like, yeah, the love of your life is gone. And that's horrible. And I do not envy you that. Right. However, she was more than that. And I think he knows that too.
Yeah.
And I think he was just kind of like stomping his feet a little bit.
Yeah.
You know,
So,
I mean, he had to grieve. He
did. And Rhaenys was so much like, well, like Bela pointed out, his motivation, like his whole
that was his whole thing.
Yeah. So now he has to like, figure out
the reason for the teardrops on his guitar. Sorry about that. I felt the need to make that joke. I talked over you. Please say what you were saying again.
And now he has to find, you know, what he is without her, like why he cares about anything. So that is, you know, that's real. You have to make your adjustments after grief. Love that Lena popped up again to torture Damon.
Oh yeah, we're just getting all of the people we loved from last season back at it again.
Yeah. Also, Damon dream fucked his mom.
Horrible. Horrible.
The show is so demented.
It's
because
so fucked up.
It shouldn't have made me laugh so much. I guess we're gonna try to find our relatives who are not named Targaryen and make them try to ride some dragons, which is exciting.
I definitely think blonde guy with the sick daughter.
Yeah, but he has to get out of King's Landing, right? Or is he just gonna wander into the dragon pit and be like, I'm gonna ride this dragon?
No, I think he's gonna have to, or he'll find a dragon there and fly. I mean, he's definitely not Team Black.
Right. Well, I don't know.
Well, the wife said, I think the poor folk are just neutral.
Yeah.
But his wife was like, you think Rhaenyra isn't gonna retaliate?
Yeah. No, I think you're right. I think they're just...
I don't think they like the crown right now. So
fair enough. I did think that the small folk reaction to Release's head being pulled through the city was really interesting. It wasn't something I'd thought of, but I think, pat on the back to us, we immediately what that was and how that was a miscalculation.
Yeah, and like you were saying, it's just such an interesting miscalculation. I love the line they added. They see them as gods.
Yeah.
You just killed their god.
Yeah.
It's exactly right. Like you've taken all of your power and respect and loyalty away from them to you.
Yeah.
And I think that's really cool that they like fell on their own sword that way. I'm really interested to see how that relationship between like the common folk of King's Landing and the ruling helps like wound them like in the fight with Rhaenyra.
Yeah. I'm glad we are getting, I think they've been kind of clumsy with getting the small folk POV, but I am glad we're getting it specifically because, you know, the last 2 seasons of Game of Thrones, they majorly fumbled actions having consequences. Cersei blew up the Vatican and it meant literally nothing.
Except for me mourning Marjorie, the love of my life.
Correct. So it's nice that maybe we're getting back to like, hey, if you starve your people and trap them in the city, they're not going to continue to follow you. If you show them you're not gods, these are just big animals you're riding, like, they're going to know they're killable. Like, are they going to start poisoning the mutton that's being sent to dragons? Also, if they are having supply chain issues, how are the dragons getting fed? Not to Sansa on Maine, but what do dragons eat?
No, that was in the scene when Aegon was he was like holding court. Like his people could come and ask him questions. Otto, the one person I can remember, Otto and Aegon. Otto was we we can't say that he doesn't have to pay his rations
Yes,
because
you're
they're
right.
taking more rations to feed the dragons because they're battling more.
You're right.
Which that's like, if I were being starved and the food that I'm making, my sheep were going to that thing that's head just was walked through my kingdom, I'd be like, fuck them dragons.
Yeah, we're having dragon steak tonight.
Yeah, like,
sorry.
It's just meat, you said.
Okay, well, I think we should roll into the next episode. Thank you guys for watching. If you're not subscribed to our channel, we'd appreciate it if you subscribe. You can hit the notification bell to find out when we upload more videos. Put your thoughts down below. As always, don't spoil things that are yet to come. And we'll catch you next time. Bye.